Hello, all. Welcome back to Bite, the mini episodes of the Southern Demonology podcast that focus solely on horror movies. As always, I am your friendly neighborhood ancient demonologist, JJ. And if you don't mind, be sure to like, follow, and comment on this episode. In a previous Bite piece, I had mentioned how I have an innate distrust for the hype around horror movies after having been so excited so many times, only to be sorely disappointed afterwards. And I'm looking specifically at you, It Follows and Babadook. Well, sadly, I have another case in point today. Most of the summer, I have been hearing so many rave reviews for the movie In a Violent Nature, as it supposedly depicts the entire film from the killer's point of view. Plus, it was supposed to have some really cool kill scenes in it. I will admit that slasher films are not my preferred cup of tea. However, I do have a very special place in the cockles of my heart for the Friday the 13th movie, as Jason Voorhees is my favorite franchise horror character. Part of that, I will admit, comes from the fact that a portion of my nickname, JJ, comes from the name Jason. And I even named my own son the same. Fun fact, in high school, I dreamed of starting a corporation named J4 that had the motto, everyone deserves a name that starts with the letter J. In fact, if you didn't meet that requirement, then you were freely given one. That was one of the reasons we began calling one of my male friends Julie the coffee bitch. But that's neither here nor there. Sadly, the only state this movie left me in was in a violent mood, and that's for a few reasons. First, the movie is not told from the eyes of the killer. That may have been a nice little marketing ploy, but whoever said it should be hit with the wet noodle 1,000 times. Rather, it just has the killer in frame. So most of the movie is just watching the undead brute traipsing about in the woods. And the view that you have is of his back. Second, this movie, I can't believe I'm saying this, is the Wish version of Friday the 13th. The killer is a less scary version of Jason, right down to the idiotic old timey firefighter mask that he wears on his head. The only thing that separates this franchise is the camera gimmick. And that just left me bored. There's a reason why most movies don't do this, and it's because just watching a killer walk around doesn't make for the most exciting of movies. Not to mention that there's not many kill scenes, and only one of them could be considered unique. And that didn't even show everything. Even the ending was severely disappointing. Maybe it came from me reading too many Ravenloft novels in high school and college, or maybe I've been waiting for another movie that has the same deliciously evil ending that The Mist did. But this film couldn't even commit to total butchery. Shudder, you need to do better. I have harped on you time and time again, and that's because of the fact that you have so many losing films with the originals that I doubt that you can actually make a good one again. And that is a crying shame because I want you to do better because the first ones that you made, those were absolutely amazing. And the ones I'm referring to are Terrified, We Go On, and Anything for Jets. Every single one after those have been nothing but drivel. And if you'd like to hire someone who will tell you the truth, just hit me up. And maybe you wouldn't have to rely upon viral marketing to get your names out there. So, TLDR is simply don't watch In a Violent Nature. And maybe don't pay attention to those social media creators who only seem to gush about whatever movie is out. I'm not saying that they have nefarious motives, but when you have that many misses in a row, yeah. I know that may be hypocritical given that I am doing a horror review right now for social media. But the one thing that I can promise you is this: I will never say a movie is good when it did not earn that right. Stay safe out there.